Alright, everything good, everything good. See? Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another live stream. Wait, I need to check. I think my audio might be a tad on the loud side. Yes, just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, hi, welcome. So today we are going to be exploring some of my older worlds from when I just started playing Minecraft, and I think we're gonna start with this one. I think this one, yeah. Sorry, I'm just the things going on. I just want to make sure that everything's going all right. But I think in general, yeah, everything's looking okay. So hopefully people will start coming in soon enough. Although I do need to actually, let's see. Oh, okay. I need to teleport myself to, let's see, 18. That 40. Right, what you guys are about to see is hi Chuck is it's gonna it's a thing. So I think I might have been I think I might be stuck in yes 100% stuck in the walls. Okay, so right. First of all, I could not find... Let me just clear my inventory. There's no need for this. Alright. So, first of all, I could not find my original first #1 base that I built, because Derpol at that point did not know to not mess with snapshots, and that kind of got deleted. So yeah, this is the second base that I made after a whole bunch of chunks got corrupted over at the other base. But it's still the same world. And yeah, I'm gonna take you guys on a little tour of how bad a builder Derpol was and how terrible his redstone was. In fact, I think the only bit of redstone that's here is one of these farms. If you know, right? You know, these farms, terrible. I think it's still the harvestinator. Oh, there's a creeper in there too. Very nice. See, Derpol was terrible, but yeah, essentially, this was the farm. I can't even get out of that. Yeah. And it didn't even stop the water flow on its own. You had to press it again. So yeah. Oh, hi Minute. Welcome to the stream. I did not join your Discord just to say that, just to get you into the stream, but I'm glad you're here. I just realized after you liked a whole bunch of my videos on TikTok that I wasn't in your Discord yet, so I figured I'd join. But yeah, welcome. We are touring Terrible Builds by Derpol, right? I didn't even terraform. Like, I came over to this area and I was like, yeah, I wanna build a little fort up on this hill. Didn't terraform anything, just like kind of stuck a little starter thing in here. And this was basically where I started. And then down here, what was down here? Oh, yeah, there was actual redstone down here. So we had a little sheep farm, a little auto chicken cooker thing that didn't work very well. That and the little melon and pumpkin thing here that kind of worked all right. Yeah, this was most of down here. I can't even remember. What was down here? Just my mines? Is that all this was? Yeah, I think this is just my mines. So we're gonna take a little tour, and we're going to just. The idea of this is, you know, there's a few Atlanteans and there's a few of the randoms that are like, wow, you're a good builder. I'm like, yeah, it takes time, it takes effort, right? I wasn't always a good one. Like, this was, when I built this longhouse, I was so proud of it. Like, best longhouse ever. Look at that roof. That's a horrible roof. No texture in the walls, no nothing. This was how I used to build, and this was not too long ago. This was about 2.5, almost 3 years now. The interior was okay. Like, I had a jukebox, a bar, and I was just starting to learn how to detail, and you know, it was okay. We got all the bowls on the tables, blah blah blah. Taking some Skyrim inspiration. We had like an inn down here, so toilet. That was toilet paper. I mean, if I did decorations like this today, I would not be impressed with myself. But that's not to say that if any of you decorate this way or build this way, that I'm not impressed with you. It just means that anyone can improve over time. Right? Oh, that's the same thing. So let's see here. We had bedrooms, all very sparsely decorated bedrooms. It's all the same. It's all the same. And yeah, it's not great, right? So again, like I said, the point here is to show that anyone can learn. Even someone that builds like this can learn to build a hell of a lot better. I was still manual tree farming at this point. Knew nothing about. Knew very little about very little, to be honest. What was in here? Here. Oh, this was actually something I was kind of proud of. Just see. So yeah, I was building up walls. I was gonna eventually wall off the whole thing. What was through here again? So there was a little waterfall, little garden thing here. I don't know why I put that many sea pickles there. There was, what's on the other side of this? Can't even remember. Nothing inspirational. Just just a box to live out of and mine in the nether. This is all still very old nether, as you can see. None of these chunks were ever generated in 1.16 because this was all played on, I think, 1.14, if I'm not mistaken. Going up there, I'm not even sure why I had that. I can't remember. Not important right now. And I think this was just all the way down to a mine. Let's just go down and see what was going on here. I can't remember. This is a blast from the past for me too. Yeah, this was just a mine. Oh yeah, I remember this. I was busy making myself like a little bat cave thing. Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah, this was my first attempt at a bat cave. Oh no, it's terrible. Where does this? Oh, that's an iron farm. Where does this go to? I can't even remember where any of this started. Okay, so this was an iron farm, which connected up to, oh, my villager. This was my trading hall. Yeah, like individual cells of a trading hall. Man. Wow. Oh man, now everything's starting to come back to me. Okay, so we had a bamboo and sugar cane there. Up this way. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll go back in there in a second. But yeah, I had this thing, which I was also super proud of. I was gonna make a dock, and I had this whole gatehouse thing. I'm like, it's super cool. Look how I didn't like connect all the fences. And, like that just looks so rustic, right? Yeah. No. and then these guys. Wow. Straight out of a tutorial. Had this. I'm still happy about. And I still, not that exact door, but I still use that a lot. Okay, so let's go back down here, because I completely forgot that I had a secondary base, which was actually kind of a main area, right? So here we had the majority of my storage. I think at this point I was already kind of. Do I have an ender chest? Do I not have an ender chest? Oh, I had an ender chest here. Yeah, I was starting to get to. This was the beginning of ender chest organization, Derpol, right? Hadn't even gotten the full ender chest set up properly yet. Wolfgang, the original, was the first Wolfgang. Yeah. And then I had my to-do list. See, some things just never change. Wanted to build a zombie spawner, fishing hut, harbor, nether hub, courtyard, smithy, dungeon, church, mason's house, my enchanting setup there. There was my trading hall here. What's in this? Nothing. There's nothing in there. But yeah, this I think was where I was breeding them, right? Manual breeding style. Oh man, so many blasts from the past. Had a whole map thing up here. See, some things will never change. I'll always have map things. I'll always have to-do lists. Oh, what's down here? Oh, this was my super smelter. This thing took me ages to build, and it kept breaking, and I couldn't understand why. And it was horrible. It was horrible. I hated it. My little workstation area. Very sparse decoration stuff. And this was such noob Derpol. But again, the point here is that what you're doing now, you know, even if it looks like this, don't take it the wrong way. I'm not saying this is bad. You're building like this, that's fine, you know. But what I'm trying to say here is, because I don't think I'm like a bloody master builder or anything like that, but you know, I think I've gotten better. Lots of people on the internet seem to think that I have gotten better. So it's an interesting journey, and it's something that I thought I should probably share with you guys. Okay, so this was my original iron farm, and I actually used this design in 2 of my other bases before I realized that this was also as easy of a build as this actually was. It was a pretty inefficient way of doing it, although it still works apparently. Great. That's always good to know. But I had a lot of trouble with it the first time. And then let's see, was this down? Nope, this is up. So let's go down to the original bat cave. I just dig a big hole and put redstone in it. I don't try with building. I've been waiting to really work on it though, so been trying to get better. Yeah, dude. I've done that too. We'll get there, right? In this tour, we are going to get there. So my very first attempt at building a base was build a little starter square, then built a wall around that. This is the one that's missing, that got deleted from chunk errors and all kinds of things. Snapshots. Am I right? So I had the little starter box, then a wall around that, then farms went inside, and then eventually I started building this big castle. And that was a lot of fun, and I was starting to learn redstone, very basic stuff, like literally the most basic of sugarcane farms and bamboo farms and all that sort of stuff. Then came that one up there with the longhouse and the little hole in the side of the mountain and all that sort of stuff. And then I got kind of bored of that one, and I decided that I wanted this one. So, okay, this was an XP furnace, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure this one was just a XP furnace. I can't even remember, to be honest, what this one was meant to be. I think, yeah, I think you were meant to lock it with one of these, and then, yeah, this was an XP furnace. Also a very inefficient design, but it worked as a starter thing. Yeah, then after the whole longhouse thing and whatnot, I was like, you know what, I really want to try and get better at redstone. So I figured I'm gonna stop with the trying to make buildings and things like that and facades and stuff. And that's why I started this underground lab. This was the first lab, the original Derpol lab, right? So over this way was where I was gonna start my new mining operation, which I never got around to. And then let's see, there was a slime farm here. Still kind of use the same slime farm designs because it's super easy, right? And then here I had like all my farm outputs that I was putting in down here. So I was trying to learn about doing like automated farm sort of stuff at this point. There's slime in there. This one was, I think, just feeding in from my mine. I think I had like a drop-off point for the mine. And yeah, so everything was coming in from somewhere. And what did I have here? Staircase. For when I didn't want to. Oh, okay. This was the second floor. Ah, yes. Here I had sugar cane. Yeah, all very basic stuff, man. Oh, there was a melon and pumpkin farms chucked in there. It was over this side. Can't really remember. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. The point is, this was terrible. But it was a growing experience, right? It was all part of the experience to grow. I was still gonna do proper villager breeder down here, I think. This was cutting through my mines, so I kept some of that open. Yeah, here I had breeded. I wanted to change the glass to... I wasn't sure if I was going to use light gray. You get the point, right? This is terrible. This was my trash can. Massive bulky thing. Yeah. I did like the fact that I left some of the lava in under this glass. I might do something like that again. But then do it with dark gray glass, because that's just the way to do it. Hi, Pension. How you doing today, dude? Nice to see you around. You want to come see some terrible builds made by Derpol back in the day? Young Derpol, when I was still in larva form. So yeah, this was the melon and pumpkin farm. But yeah, this was the makings, the start of Derpol, as you guys know him today, right? Laboratories and lots of farming and automation and stuff like that, and bat caves. We'll get back to the bat cave, I promise. But okay, so this was that. Now I'm hoping, I think this is everything. I think I've shown you guys everything. I was breaking this place down and building it up and breaking it down and building it up so many times I lost count. I also thought this was really cool, having the glass in here where the ravine kind of started, or where I cut through the ravine, and then lighting up the whole ravine with lava. I thought that was bloody genius. But honestly, kind of looks silly now. So let me just think here. I think that was everything from this place. Go have another little flyby over the top of this place, and yeah, just soak in all the derpy nudeness of what this place was. That was starting to put holes in walls. Wow, man, that was some next level building on my part. So yeah, this was This was my second base ever. I had a little ice thing up here, I think. Yeah, I did. That's where I was getting my ice. All single player shenanigans. But yeah, that's pretty much the best thing that I built up until this point, was that longhouse, which, again, I reiterate, this is not good. Nothing much this day, just relaxing before another schoolwork grind. Alright, well, glad that you chose to come and relax here. That's good. That's cool. So, yeah, maybe you find some inspiration here as we go through this horrible tour of me laying out how bad of a builder I used to be. But again, this is meant to be an inspirational journey. So I'm hoping I bound to the bed at the other one, because I can't remember what the coordinates were. So we're gonna have to hope for the best here. Kill? Please tell me we go to the next place. Nope, I bound to this place. That's great. Now I have to try and remember what the coordinates were for the other one. And I cannot remember that. Can I just... We need to go west. We need to go a lot. Dang it! Let me just see if I can... There's an old screenshot, maybe? Oh wait, I can never mind. I can open an MCA selector. I can just have a look at the world again like I did before to try and find this one. I should have written all of this down before I did any of this. So that was... Was it? Yes, it was. Okay. So we need to go to minus 8,100. That. Alright, so it was at this point that I decided I am not very good at medieval building and all of this sort of stuff. As much as I wanted to make myself a whole Skyrim town, I just wasn't very good at that. And I thought, you know what, best way to first get better at the game was to learn to automate so that I can achieve more and do more. So the next one, I wanted to do more redstone, and so I decided that I was going to focus a little bit more on modern building, because I thought, hey, that would be so much easier, right? Modern, futuristic modern building, that's gonna be so much easier to deal with. Let me also just turn off the freaking weather, right? Because this is just annoying. Am I right? I am right. Yes. We'll do that, and we'll also just turn off game 2 weather cycle. That one. Pulse. Okay. So then I was like, yeah, we're gonna do modern, right? And admittedly, I do feel a little bit more pride about this base. But you'll see, this base was 100% just me learning more redstone, learning farms, making sure that I had that moving forward I would be able to take on bigger projects. And at some point, at one point, I did actually start feeling comfortable enough to, because all of this was exposed, right? There was no facades around any of this. But yeah, this was a lot of just, you know, gray and white concrete, and then the industrial area was gray and gray concrete. So yeah, this was also not my proudest base thus far, but you know, this was part of the journey. And this was where I really embraced my little Batman persona. I think I even changed my MC name to, oh, hi, K1? I don't know how you would pronounce that, if you can help me out with that. But hey, welcome to the stream. We're taking a look at all of my terrible past builds and finding solace in the fact that someone that others at least think is a decent builder also started where most other people start, and that's okay, because Minecraft is a journey, right? Getting better at Minecraft definitely is a journey. All right, so this city, yeah, I was saying that I think at this point I actually changed my MC name to like something Wayne. I can't even remember. I was fully like, oh, I'm Batman. I'm Batman. So yeah, let's just, you know what? Let's just start. Let's start all the way over there. And this was when I found out the magic, the wonder of Mushroom Islands and how fantastic they can be for building utopias. Oh yeah, this was also the first time that I did an ocean monument. I was super proud of that. It's the old Iskall design, and hey, it is still pumping. Still pumping out. Yeah, there they go. There they go. Do we have any kind of interior in this thing? Interesting to see if I did an interior here. I just did this. Oh, this was just a kill box. Okay, wait. Oh, and I was still working on the timings and everything. I was happy because this part, when I was watching Hermitcraft and I was watching how Skull was building it, he didn't really explain this part about like the trap, the kill chamber opening up every once in a while, right? Be like 2 minutes or so, this thing would just open up to let all the drops through. He didn't explain that, and I was super happy that I kind of tried to figure this all out by myself. I was kind of like looking up tutorials of the individual parts and figuring out how to put it all together. I was very happy with that. Let's see, we go down some more, and in here we had the makings of collection area. Wasn't sure what I was going to do with the rest of it. Always made sure that I had access to the back of everything, but never really finished any of that up properly. But yeah, this was the Guardian farm. All right, let's go see what else Derpol got up to in this world. Yeah, so then I also had this little greenhouse thing here. That was the melon and pumpkin farm. Did the same one I did before, and then I kind of just wrapped a sugarcane farm around it. Then I turned it into this like greenhouse looking thing, which it's not the worst build. Kind of still okay with that. Really had a hard time doing domes at this point, but it is what it is. But yeah, I was okay with that. I was trying to use like combinations of wood, even though it was all still just kind of same. Yeah, there was trapdoors here that were getting triggered and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So melon, pumpkin, sugarcane. Then I had like see, I'm Batman. This was my farmer dudes, right? This was all some very utopic, futuristic city meant to be, right? So here we had the farm output from these guys up here, like this. Don't worry about these yellow things. It's the TWERP texture pack. It's beetroot, because somehow. Oh yeah, no, I remember how. They were picking out one of the guys had beetroot. It was supposed to be beetroot, potato, carrot, and what's the other one? Wheat, right? But is this all wheat? I guess it's all wheat. Anyway, point is, no, it's not wheat. Corn. Beetroot. Yeah, they were picking up the seeds through these corners, and then everything just turned into one crop thing, and I gave up on that one. But I also had, this was also my villager breeder. There's a villager breeder in there. Wait, let me just spectate in here. Right? Yeah, there was a villager breeder in there. Baby sorter that went this thing here. Many villagers died in this chamber. And then, alright, so from there, I had this thing, which I was really proud of. This was like doing actual science, man. It was amazing, right? I could like hold villager. I don't know if this still works. Yes, it does. Boom. And then he gets shot with a potion. And did I have any? I do have golden apples. And he gives the golden apple. Boom, shakalaka. And then here you could like pick if he's going to the trading hall or if he was going to a waiting room. I could see if I had potions in the system. I could see if it was work time. All of that. I was so happy with coming up with all of this. Amazing. Best ever. Here was my auto brewer that I had installed into this. Like this was when I really started getting a love for Redstone, even though it's all still just tutorial stuff. Well, some of it's tutorial stuff. Some of it I put together myself. Like I really figured all of this track stuff out myself. Leave that there. And I was starting to put in friggin' grates, storage systems, my roads. I was feeling so good about all of this. And let's see, what was over... Oh, this was the waiting room. So if I sent them to the waiting room, they would... Yeah, see, this... Whoa. There's some rail system stuff going on around here. I would send them to the waiting room. This was when... oh, hi, Chuck and Magic. Welcome back, Chuck, and hi, Magic. How you doing? Yeah, if I sent them to the waiting room, then this would be where they came out, and then I could open up a thing here to send them on their merry way, because I didn't want to break any of these carpets, because it was triple carpeted, so stuff couldn't get in here, because I was still very much unaware of like how zombie sieges and stuff worked, and I kept getting zombies in here, and I'm Batman. And so, what did you miss? I don't know where you left, my dude. So, I don't know. You might have missed the whole tour of my first base. So, my where I was trying to do medieval, and I tried to do a Viking longhouse, and the original Derpol lab Batcave thing, and did some stuff. And now we're here at my third attempt at a base, which was my first futuristic-y kind of base, and it was all interconnected. As you can see here, I was connecting up all of these things. I wanted it all to feel... Okay, well then if you saw the first base, then you didn't miss that much, I guess. This was my trading hall, so I was starting to learn to make better trading halls at this point. I just had a whole bunch of clerics and librarians. That's all I needed here. Oh yeah, that's because the rest of them I was putting in. Okay, so this was my hall of small farms, right? This was just a whole collection of a bunch of small farms that I was putting together in one place. All the things that you didn't really need a full farm for, you know? So yeah, I had a little chicken cooker. I was doing alright. Had a little forest fruit farm thing. I had a little vine farm, which, yeah, that's terrible farm design, but anyway. Yeah, I had butcher, leather worker, Fletcher, I don't know. I can't remember what the rationale was behind why I needed them there. I had a little cow crusher, because at this point I was still eating mostly steaks. This was pre-116, pulled pork chops became the best thing known to man. Then here I had, what was this? Oh, this was this micro farm, right? Yeah. Let's see if it still works. Oh yeah, this still works. Ah, cool. Yeah, micro farms. Micro farms are cool. So yeah, there was that. And then a couple of sheep, just the ones that I was using the most of. I still kind of use this exact same design. I always use this. I always just make myself a little sheep farm with the colors that I need. Currently, that would be white, dark gray, black, and yellow. You know, gotta quarantine all that magic there in Randomia. And then I had some shepherds here because I had the wool, so I figured, you know, these guys go together. Did I have something? Did I have an upstairs to this? How did I get to be upstairs? Did I have an upstairs to this? Pretty sure I had an upstairs. Oh, here. Right? Ah, yes. We have the cocoa bean farm, which, to be honest, in most cases, this cocoa bean farm still kind of does exactly what you need it to do. Really don't need much more than that. Although I do like the one that I built on Landscape. This balcony was so that I could get to these guys. Who is messaging me, and can I please turn off the sound of this one? Thank you. No one's messaging me. Turn beamer mode back on. Okay. Let's see, where was I? Yes, 2 tall flower farms. Nothing much has changed with that. And around this side, I had a little cactus farm, and I can't remember what I was going to put in here. Never really finished this building. Yeah. This was like my first proper foray into landscaping. Not sure how I feel about it. I mean, it looks kind of alright, I guess. Yeah, it is what it is. This was my little central hub storage area. Now would I even be like? Well, okay, fair enough. Actually, I'm getting by with a worse storage system than this on Random Craft at the moment. I'm Batman. But yeah, I should probably get myself a better one pretty soon. This is I didn't even like this one, to be honest. At this point, I had not touched automated storage. Only for farms. Yeah, I was using a lot of acacia because they were the only trees that I thought looked okay vanilla. So yeah, I was using a lot of acacia. Then there was the super smelter, same design, and like I think I will always. This one still used the bamboo dupers. Amazing, bamboo dupers. All broken now. This won't work. But yeah, this is probably one of the best smelter designs, and the little one that I made on Random Craft now, that's like the half of this. The one minecart that just goes around in a circle and cuts off here in the middle or something like that. Between that one as a starter version and then this one as a main version, I don't think I'll ever use a different smelter design. It's just so easy to build and so universally useful. And yeah, I had a pretty decent design. I was starting to use, like, you know, this is the start of Derpol's ventilation and roof design stuff. So we're starting to see some progression here, right? We also have these, which opened up when the smelter was running. Little smokestacks. Couldn't make them higher than this because the smoke was only coming from down there, and I was having trouble with the redstone, so that's that. And then I had this little, like, scorched earth thing around this. This was when the creativity was starting. This was towards the end of this base's lifetime. And this was when the creativity started kicking in, and I was like, you know what, this is a smelter, so all the ground around it needs to be, you know, contaminated by all the smelting and the things that were happening here. So yeah, it was starting to come together in some kind of way. Then over here, Batman, we had, oh, this was my mine entrance actually. This was where I had my mason. Yes, hello masons. And then that went down to my mine, and I actually had a thing down here that I could send stuff back up. So yeah, starting to get real technical and organized. And this was a spawner, really. Zombie spawner. Now that would have been so great to have. Back then it was pretty pointless having a bloody zombie spawner right under your base. There's a slime chunk over there somewhere, I guess. But yeah, this was just a auto dropper. So while I was mining, I could chuck stuff in here. And I think I was just about to expand here into having some shulker box unloaders too. Can't quite remember. But yeah, this was me getting better at a bunch of things all at once. So you guys are getting the point here, right? Like, I'm not bragging about what kind of builder I am today. Some people seem to think that I'm okay at it, so you know, I'll take that. And people keep asking me, how did you get there? How did you learn how to build them? Just played the game. Like this, no offense to anyone that builds like this, but for me now, this seems bad. I'm watching this stream in the background and I keep hearing my name. Yes, I use the word chuck a lot, okay? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about chucking things in the bin. Could talk about chucking you in the bin, but no. So yeah, I had my smiths in here because this was my iron farm, which still works now. That's great. And this was again the same design as I did the previous one. Kinda cool box design here with like the. I'm starting to play around with shapes that I like. I was like, okay, so I'm bad at building medieval and fantasy, Viking stuff. You know, it's a clearly way harder than I thought it was going to be. So I was like, you know what? Let's go back to basics. Let's start with a very geometric building style, which is what this futuristic-y kind of style was all about. So I was just playing around with shapes. You know, I was doing a diagonal square, and I was trying out domes, and I was trying out all of this abstract puzzle piece sorts of things. And this one, I can't remember if it was meant to be like a heart of the base or like the rib cage of the base. I was just playing around with that abstract thinking. That is not a penis, but it was just the way that things, the build wrapped around the smelter. So don't judge me on that one. And then this one, I was trying to do like an indented build that was framed in, and I was playing around with how I could like have a layered roof and all kinds of weird things. So yeah, I was just playing around with shapes, and just how I learned how to do different shapes in Minecraft. And this is the same iron farm design that we used in the previous base, so nothing really special there. Then we had a concrete maker over here. This was around the time that Mumbo made this concrete maker in season 6 of Hermitcraft, and I was like, hey, that's cool, I want one of those, I use a lot of concrete. So boom, I made this, right? I was very happy with that. It was hard for me to come up with any kind of design for this build because everything kept blowing up, so I just ended up making it a big square around it because I couldn't figure out how to not make it a big square around something that keeps blowing up my build. Here I was working on a wood farm, which did not work very well because I this was one of the older versions where you were using the actual wood press, and then, you know, all the sticks and the saplings and everything just flew out the bloody side. This was a horrible design for a wood farm. But at that point, I didn't know any better. I was trying to make this one work. I couldn't figure out why all the things kept shooting out the sides, and that's why I never really finished it. Let's see, what was in this one? Oh, this was my mob farm. All right. Oh, and this thing is still kind of working right now. Do we have... Oh, this thing is just keeps ticking. And... No, it doesn't. This thing's still running? Yeah, it is still running. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's still running. Ha! Alright, so yeah, here we had my mob farm, and we went down. Here would have been the collection system. What was the sugarcane for? Oh, this was still a zero-tick sugarcane. I didn't actually need anything more than that. This was my rocket factory. Oh, yeah! This was my rocket factory. I had a zero-tick sugarcane, which doesn't work anymore, as you can see. Thank you, Mojang. But I guess it's for the best. But yeah, this was my rocket factory. I had my gunpowder coming in there. I had the zero-tick sugarcane, and then I had the rest of the stuff going through here. Yeah, this was that. And I had a block swapper. Ah, living in the future, my dudes. So that's that. Then this was when all of that kinda, I was building almost exactly like I was showing you guys. I was building from that side. First I did all the farms, you know, because I needed the infrastructure to be able to make all of these things. But then I started doing facades more or less from there, you know, moving over to this side, and then got to this, and I started getting a little bit more ambitious, right? I was like, okay, I want to make a Stargate. I do the Stargate. So this was my first attempt at a Stargate. If for any of the Atlanteans that was on Wondercraft with me, you might remember this Stargate as the one that I built on there too. This was where that design was actually from. And then here I was like, okay, flight control center, and I had like a big satellite dish. Actually, I'll try and recreate this and make it a little bit better today, can't I? A screenshot of that. Right, starting to play around with antennas. Really cool. You see how my antennas have evolved over time. That is a very basic ass antenna. Some more of the AC units and the... Actually, these ones are probably better than the one I use right now. I need to remember that one. That's really good. Maybe change out some of this for stairs, and then boom, you got yourself a very cool solar panel array. Anyway, yeah, so there was that. And just go in here. I was starting to get ready to make... I can't remember what I wanted to put in here, but I know I wanted to put in... Yeah, this was where my map was going to be, and I was naming everything. Fat Mine, the Iron Titan, the Doom Smelter, Concrete Factory, Rocket Factory, Cathedral, Traders Guild, the Hall of Farm, Farmer's Nook. Yeah, some really terrible names, but it is what it is. And then I had some control panel-y bits. This was the start of Derpol making control panel-y bits. It was alright. It was alright. You know, nothing too terrible. But again, you could see the evolution here, right? It all just comes from practice. See, what was in my nether hub? Did I have a hub? At this point, I don't think I had hubs yet. Ooh, kinda had a tunnel hub thing. Let's see where this... Oops. Oh, that was none of that one. Dude. Let's see where this leads. Just for curiosity's sake. Still didn't have any kind of rails on this, so that's not great. Oh. Eh! This is pretty hard to control. This is just going in a cardinal direction for no good reason. Because that would probably be as far as I got with this. Because it was very shortly after this, after the third attempt at okay. Yeah, that was where that ended. I mean creative. Made it different. Let's swap over to spectator for this. Just see here. So this one led up to this was my first time breaking through bedrock. Was there a reason why I went up here? I think there was. I think I was building... Oh yeah! My first gold farm. My first actual half-decent gold farm. Manual kill. Not very big. Not very big at all. You know what? That was alright. That was alright. And then, let's see. Let's go down a little bit faster. Thank you. A little bit faster than that would be nice too. Okay, so then from there... Oh, this was the button one. Yeah, I remember this. Oh, the pain. The agony. Never really finished buttoning this whole place. But I did a decent amount of it. Oh, definitely didn't get around to all of it. And then this was one of these frickin' farms with the sweepers. Then I had to be all the way down here. And storage way. Do I still have any heads in here? I probably never kept the heads. It's not like I had an abundance of frickin' heads. I think most of these things I was always told to fly off because the farm was not that great. But, you know, whatever. Oh, hi, Medeus. Nice to see you. Also, how did Streamlabs do that? Oh, it's the, what do you call the bloody thing? It's called StupidBot or something? CloudBot. Yeah, that's one. Should be called StupidBot because it gets everything wrong. But yeah, that's how you do that. There's a thing in there where you can program like hi, hello, hey, hola, ¿qué tal? Whatever you want in there, and then it'll pick up all of those words, and yeah, I hated this project. And then yeah, it'll say hi to people. So many buttons, man. So many buttons. Do not like it. Did not like it. Don't want to do that again. Probably will at some point though. Let's see, what else? What was this way? This way had these. Oh no, this was this was my old base. I couldn't. That was the old base. Okay. And then, am I going the right way now? I hope so. No, I'm not. That's that. So we're going this way. Anyway. That's pretty cool. Hola. Oh, there's a cooldown on it. Like if you say hi or any of those words within a specific time, Streamlabs won't just keep saying hi back to you. It's one of the few things it does right. But like, how many times I've said to Streamlabs, don't purge messages when someone has an infraction or whatever. Just, you know, give them a bloody 1 minute timeout. But no, if let's say Chuck accidentally swears in his next message, all of his messages, all of his chats for the entire stream will just go bye-bye. And I don't know why Streamlabs doesn't do that, which is why I call it StupidBot. But anyway, so yeah, this was the Stargate. This was my air traffic control tower, and then here I was just about getting ready to do like a slime factory, kind of like the one I had on Atlantia, but didn't quite get there. Do like the pipe still though. It's a nice pipe. But yeah, this was just a regular old double chunk slime farm. Pumping out way too much slime for me to ever do anything with. So yeah, this was base number 3. So the first one dissolved into the ether. The second one I showed you guys, that was a very lame attempt at a medieval Viking Skyrim, I don't know what it was. With a Batcave lab thing underneath it. Who knows what I was thinking at that point. That was 2.5 years ago. I can't remember that. I can barely remember what I had for breakfast. Now I know. Now you know what, pension. So yeah, this was base number 3, and this was, like I said, where certain things started clicking. Obviously, block palette and texturing still wasn't one of them. Look at these roads. Like, oh, there's some cracked and mossy in there. That's textured. Just look at that. Look at that. Texture. But then again, it is kind of stupid that we don't have cracked stairs and slabs, Mojang. Where's the cracked stairs and slabs, Mojang? We have mossy stairs and slabs. Don't have cracked stairs and slabs. That would be nice. That would be really nice. I would actually prefer things like that, continuity stairs and slabs, over concrete stairs and slabs. As much as that makes sense, concrete being a moldable building material that we can use for all of that, but it would make a lot more sense to at least add post gridding. That's new. When did that get added? It would make more sense for the continuity if we can have things like that. And on that note, can we please get smooth stone stairs? If anyone from Mojang ever watches this at any point in time and it's not added yet, please can we get smooth stone stairs? Thank you. 3, dang. Yeah, we've toured 3 so far. There wasn't much to see. That is kind of the point. But we are going on to, and one of them was, like I said, it got deleted from me playing in snapshots when I didn't know anything about Minecraft yet. So now we go to a new world, and that was this world. And yes, both of them were named Einkrad. One spelled incorrectly too, and that was because I was going through a Sword Art Online phase. Okay, so sue me. Again, Mushroom Island, because I wanted to continue the style that I was using, and Pavo, for Pete's sakes, bro. Ah, Tavo. Oh. Oh yeah, that pension. Yeah. Tavo, thank you so much for that donation. I'm assuming this time it's not for Atlantia. You've paid that too much. I don't know what that was meant to be, but thanks, dude. That was I mean, how many times do I have to tell you to stop doing this? You're my best friend. You don't need, but thank you anyway. I'm not complaining. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Moving on. So we're at base number 4, and I was continuing on my theme of wanting a futuristic thing, wanting to learn more about futuristic building, and this one was abandoned in the middle of me actually making very good progress. And the reason Have some good sangria and tapas with Susan. Thank you, Tabo. You are a legend. And I miss you. I genuinely do miss having you around. Medeas! God damn it, what did you do? Oh, because, yeah, see? I said to Streamlabs, stop punishing people for bloody symbol spamming. Right? Just give them a timeout. Don't delete all their messages. And I've also set it so that you can symbol spam if you want to. But you know what? I should probably just start making like a trusted list or something like that, because just bypass it completely. Because this doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Cloudbot is stupid. Actually, I need to look into Nightbot, because a lot of people have been saying that Nightbot's better. I'm sorry, Medeas. I apologize on behalf of Streamlabs. Bloody stupid bot. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, this one got abandoned mid base. Because I joined Wondercraft, right? And I used all of these builds actually part of my my application. And thinking back on that now, like, these builds are stupid. They let me in. Makes them stupid. But anyway, central storage, kind of similar to the one that I actually made on Wondercraft, to be honest. Sorry, Medeas, I don't know what to tell you. It's Streamlabs. It's stupid. If I had a better option, I would take it. But I haven't figured it out yet. In the future, we will figure out a better way to do streams. Anyway, storage system. Boom. Right? More progress on the actually, I think I had a full ender chest set up at this point. I think I just left most of them over there. I was busy with the slime farm when I gave up on this boy. Never even got around to doing a proper portal build, I think. But anyway, so we have exactly the same super smelter again, but this time I thought, you know, let's do a slime block launcher up here, because that's cool, right? Yeah. Half the time having a pain in the butt to get up here. But yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one, and I'm not sure. I don't think I actually fully finished the start of this one. This was the first time that Derpol was using rolly doors. This is where my love for rolly doors began. This was shortly after downloading the Hermitcraft 6 world and doing a whole exploration tour of that, like a proper tourist, like screenshot. Ooh, look at that truck, screenshot. Ooh, rolly doors, screenshot. I went through the entire Area 77 and just screenshotted everything that Scar did in there because it was beautiful to my brain at that point. So yeah, ring bell for maintenance. I can't even remember why I did that, but whatever. So yeah, I was still busy with some smokestacks here, and you can see the texturing is starting to become a thing that I think about a little bit more. Could have done better texturing though. Needed some, like, I had stone in here. Why didn't I have it in the actual things? And then I had some cooling water outlets. Yeah, I never finished the back of this one. I was still trying to finish that off. As you can see, this one's still old version with the bamboo dupers, not the carpet dupers, but it is the same smelter. And like I said, I love that smelter. I'll keep using it. So yeah, I was kind of happy with this one. More of the roof decorations. I liked the idea of just having this open, but then it started filling up with water, and I was like, oh, thanks. Okay, never mind. We'll put some glass over it. Still kind of looks cool though. So yeah, that was kind of that. Let's see, what else did we have around here? Let's start with the little. This was my first attempt at a road, and honestly, it hasn't really changed much. Bells should give a redstone signal. Bells receive redstone. Do they give redstone? I don't think they give redstone. It'd be cool if they did, yeah. Well, you could put a bell in front of an observer. That would give you something. It would give you an output. This was my little hardware store, right? This was the trading hall kind of thing. This was when I started dabbling in the idea of, you know, thematic builds for things. So hardware store, factories. Then we had the road coming up here, and then we had a warehouse, right, for farm output. This was where all my farms were routing to. You know, the wood farm was here, the iron farm, gunpowder, general mob drops. No, just rotten flesh, cobblestone generators, all that sort of stuff. They were all routing in here. And I was genuinely, and this is still not a terrible build in my opinion. It had quite a nice shape to it, with the roof and everything. Antenna could do with some work. It's not the best antenna I've ever built. More rooftop decorations, but all in all, this was starting to get to the way Derpol builds today, right? So we have more rolly door, we have pallets, we have like overhead storage, and it's all integrated with redstone. This was when things started clicking for me a little bit more, right? Then over here, see here, I had like copper pipes, and we had more rooftop decorations, and we had like a fire escape kind of thing going here so I can get to the top. And down this way was where you could actually just come and observe the farm in action. Never really finished the bottom of this properly or whatever. Yeah, still not the best and most efficient mob farm I've ever made, but you know what, it was alright for my needs at that point. And yeah, they had some more smokestacks and things here to connect to this silo looking thing. Had a concrete maker here that had a cobble generator of my own design added into it, so whenever I was making concrete, it would just be making cobble regardless, so I'd always have cobble. That was pretty cool. I was happy with that. Then here we had like a Stark tower, right? My train of thought here was that this was an iron farm, Iron Man, but at the same time, what did Tony Stark sell? He sold weapons, right? So this was going to be my iron farm, but it was also going to be go through here. There was Fletcher's on this side, and then there were like weaponsmiths and stuff on this side, and it was a sales office. It was a sales office building, like for an arms dealer. That's where my brain was with this one, right? This was where the weapons were being sold, the Minecraft weapons. But it was, again, like interior design was starting to come along. I was making pot plants, I was doing chandeliers, putting in some more trims and things like that, playing around with different. Had Happy here, you know, Happy from Iron Man. So yeah, this was the start of interior design Derpol. Farm still works, great. Again, this is the same iron farm that I was using before, and I also had the rotating or flashing lights up here. Show you guys on the outside of this. Get down. Yeah, so things were starting to come along. In terms of my building abilities, yeah, see the light strip. As the zombie passed, the one that was going around in circles, right, scaring the villagers, as it passed over a detector rail, it would trigger like an observer chain that let the lights flicker just once in a while. Seem to be wanting to do that right now. Stuck over there? I might have turned it off. No? Doesn't matter. But yeah, see, this building was starting to get a lot more depth to it. Still not a good build in my opinion, right? But yeah, it was moving in a direction. It was moving in a direction that I was actually starting to enjoy. Really don't like all of that iron blocks. I do not decorate with iron blocks that much anymore. Not really a fan of iron block texture. It's I want those to look. Oh, there goes the lights. I want those white blocks to look a little bit more like this. Then I will be super happy with iron textures in Minecraft. Thank you. And if it could rust like copper, that would be. Then we had the slime factory over here. The more control panel-y bit. The sludge pumpinator 2000. Yeah, I know. Super original. Slime separator 3000. Right? So here we had like this is very much where my idea for the slime factory on Atlantia came from. Was like the slime getting separated. So the slime gets pushed in this way, it gets separated out of the water by the little thing here. And then that was just the slime factory. A slime farm, right? That's all that was. Alright, let's did I have a I can't remember if I had a yes, actually, I think I did. There was a Guardian farm over there. Same design as before. I want to go see what the interior of this one looked like. I think I upped my game on that one just a little bit. But yeah, same one. Still works pretty damn decently if you ask me. Let's see. We have. Oh, I can't even use the bloody thing. Why is the magma cube pushing me up? Dagnabbit. Oh, my fish is still in here. Yeah, I had a little aquarium. Little aquarium there. Pillbox in here. This time I had the redstone sussed out. And then down all the way. And we had this. And nope, I did not finish. Okay, so that's something. Oh well, whatever. No use crying over that now. But yeah, we had that. See, we did everything in that side. I'm leaving the stuff purposefully. So yeah, also I was just like every time I had ores and stuff that I wanted to fortune, and I would put them down here, and then I would just, you know, casual like slowly let the grass take over. It was a long project. I wasn't really like pushing to have the whole thing water. Oh, I remember now. I came here. This was originally my starter base down here. Yeah, my little starter cave. Bed in there. Mostly my storage. That was furnaces and my enchanting setup. And then down to the mines over there. Ah, this was where I started. Remember now. Anyway, moving on. So we have over here. We had a XP furnace thing using 0 tick, so that doesn't work anymore. And I was planning on ripping this out, which is why it doesn't have facade around it. Had a 0 tick sugarcane here, doesn't work anymore. Bee farm probably does still work, I guess. Yeah, a little bee farm there that I never really finished. Then we had another one of these, same as the one that I had on the previous world, and the same one basically that I had on Wondercraft. But then there was a breeder? Assuming there was a breeder. Okay, so there was a storage system down here. Yeah, there's the separator. Okay, so there's the breeder output. Right. There was the selection. Oh, selection thing was here. How do I get to it? Seriously. Here's the output. So see, this was the. Oh, hi, dude. Get my bed. Yeah, this was the output for it. Means entry. What? I don't know. I can't remember. Okay, well, if this is the output. Ah. Oh. Yeah, this was like an underground secret laboratory sort of deal, and I wanted it to be coming out of the sewer pipe. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Okay, so the way in was through here. I don't think that actually did anything. It was kind of just meant to be like a retina scanner, and then press this. Oh no, you had to have it in the third one. Really? Wait, was that? Upside down? Yes, upside down. Okay. And it closes back up again. On its own, yes. Okay. So in here, not bad, not bad. This one I was really proud of. This was like the next step up from the previous one that we had, right? So this one had a call villager. That also shows that there are minecarts in the system for me to call them. And we had, I can't even remember what your name was. Sergio. Don't know why I did that. And then work hours, lights, potions. So yeah, they would come down here. And this one had a recycle system, which means that I could send them to trading halls and other shops, right? I could send them to Emerald Heaven, which I'll get to in a second. Then holding cells for if I wanted them outside of trading halls. Dispatch would be just to send them off. I could have sworn there was a one to send them through for another conversion. I mean, I don't use the system anymore. It's either I don't convert them or I convert them 4 times, like I'm doing on Random Craft currently, right? So where I just let them go through the water stream. That's such an easier way. I was struggling so hard with this redstone, right? This redstone is not fun. Oh really? Oh yeah. This redstone was not that much fun. There's all kinds of. Actually, this one was. No, it's still pretty obnoxious. And the whole trying to cycle them around again thing was really bad. But yeah, now it's just the water streams. They're so much easier. But anyway, so I could send them off, and one of the places where I could send. Oh yeah, we had this system to the track swappers and everything. Each one of them would send them to a different place. So this one goes over to the trading hall. I'll show you guys in a second. See where the other ones. One of them went to. Oh, the holding cells down here. This was when I wanted to have a few of them. I can't even remember why exactly I had this one. But this was still, in the underground bunker thing. Again, just expanding on that underground bunker feel of what I've gotten used to. And then we have Emerald Heaven. And thank goodness we have guys in there. So, yeah, this one was just a cannon. Bye! Oh, so much fun. That's just for the ones that I didn't. You guys get the picture, right? Okay, so yeah, this was just a villager cannon. Same, like I was watching a lot of Hermitcraft at that point. So a lot of this is Iskall inspired, essentially. Most of this was Iskall inspired. It's a lot of the same things that he was doing in season 6. And I mean, how else was I gonna learn that? I learned a lot from Hermitcraft. I don't watch it anymore because I don't have time. But I did learn a lot. while I was watching. And then my first attempt at some kind of classical architecture. Let's just get rid of stuff. Yeah, my first attempt at classical architecture. Not saying that this is classical or neoclassical or anything, because it was an attempt, but it wasn't a good one. But it looks alright. It looks alright. So, although in here I did have a really cool system where, you know, I could also dispose of them, or I could, I can't remember. There were different things that I could do with them, right? I could lock it, lock the cell so nothing could get in here, and I could dispose of them from there, I think, whatever, something like that, right? So this was my librarian trading hall. It was meant to look like a classical library. That was kind of the point, right? And then what was down here? Oh, this was, yeah. So if I did press that that note block that was on the floor, they would drop down, and then they would get shot off to, I think that goes to Emerald Heaven. That's what it was. So if I wasn't happy with one of them, if I was busy selecting the librarians, and I found one that had like 2 good books, and it overrode one of the ones that I had, then I'll just get rid of that one, right? Obviously, so I can free up some more space, because eventually I wanted to have every book, and I think eventually I did. But I mean, I could also, you know, if I could compress this, if I could find a guy where he has like 3 good books, like this guy, you know, eventually if I had a few of them that had 3 of the good books and they weren't overlapping, then, you know, it would take out maybe this protection guy, and then I could start filling that up with clerics. That was where this idea was going eventually. Let's see, let's go up here. I was still figuring out what I was gonna do up here. Like, I hadn't even finished all of this yet. This was around the time when I was like, you know what, I'm bored of playing by myself. I just want to play with other people. I want to experience some online server action, and that's when I started shopping around for a multiplayer server to play on, and we ended up on Wondercraft. And unfortunately, I can't show you any of that because I never got a world download for that, so we can't really look at much of that. Maybe I'll start posting some of my old screenshots that I have of Wondercraft. I'll maybe start posting that on Instagram or something, so if you guys will follow me on there, you'll get to see some of that. But then after that was Atlantia, and you guys have seen a fair amount of what Atlantia was all about, right? You saw. So let me just quickly, actually, let's go check out Atlantia quickly. I don't think this live stream is going to make it to 2 hours, but I want to. Oh, yeah, gotta friggin' do this again. I do weather clear. All right. So when we started Atlantia, the first thing that I did, and I'm just gonna go through some of this again because we're looking at things from a different perspective here, right? We're not looking at it from the perspective we did when we were touring Atlantia before, right? We're looking at this from the builder's perspective of how this whole journey, how this whole journey went, right? Yes, we have. What? Yeah, we're not. Right now, we're not looking at this from the Atlantia perspective. And before, we didn't really look at it from this builder's journey perspective. So I want to just quickly run you guys through some stuff, right? And this is an outdated world from the last time you guys saw Atlantia on my series. So obviously the first thing that I did when I came here was just make myself a starter base, right? And this was nothing crazy. There's nothing really to see here. But then the first thing that I built after that was this little harbor, right? And I did it with wood. This stone and stuff that's here, GC did that. Grinning Cheetah did that. This wasn't even me. So, I mean, this isn't a fantastic looking harbor either. So even at this point, I wasn't all that great yet. Like, I made this tiki bar, right? Again, so it was at the start of the server, but I mean, I could have definitely done better. I could have added some stripped birch logs into this floor. Easy. I could have done quite a few things differently to make this roof a little bit better, right? Texture some of the stuff a little bit better. This was not a great build. This was an okay build at best, right? This was the very first building that I made on Atlantia. It was not that great, right? Like, genuinely, some of the Atlanteans that thought that they were bad builders, I've seen build better things than this. So we're looking at this retrospectively from the point of view of people saying that I'm a decent builder. And I just want to tell you guys that, I've learned a lot in the last year, 2 years. Man, I've been playing Minecraft a little bit longer than I thought. 3 years. So in the last 2 years, when I started playing on Wondercraft, some of the only things that I built on there that was that I was genuinely happy about was like a semi-detached brownstone. Most of the stuff at my actual base island, which again was a mushroom island, was almost carbon replicas of the stuff that you guys saw in the previous base. I wasn't really building anything really good there. I built some pretty decent shops, but also very plain modern. Still wasn't texturing all that much. Wasn't very good at landscaping. I was learning about armor stand work and decorating and interior design and that sort of thing. So there was some good builds. There was some really upscaled builds. There was some interesting redstone that I was doing on that server. Nothing that stood out. Nothing like what I'm building now. The thing is, when I started doing content creation, that's when it kicked in. That's when my building went next level, because I was looking for ways to improve. I went from just casually wanting to slowly get better at playing Minecraft to seriously digging in. And just you know, using everything to my advantage to get as good as I can get. I'm still not there yet. I'm like, whoa, there's so much that I still need to learn. But this was not that long ago. This was just over a year ago that I built this, right? And now looking at this, even as a starter build, even as like the like the second build that I did on the server, right? Okay, so you're dealing with like all that low infrastructure and you don't have access to all the... That's not an excuse for a build like this. Not for me anymore. This is not what I would build now. I was very happy with it at the time. I mean, at least I latticed the floor a little bit. That was okay. But the walls still aren't textured. And I mean, you don't always have to texture everything. But if I had just chucked in a little bit of cracked, or maybe just a smooth just a regular stone here and there, that would have been great. Would have changed this build dramatically. Putting just a little bit of oak slabs in oak planks in between all of this would have changed it dramatically. And then vice versa, putting just a little bit of something in here to texture that, and maybe making this not slabs but full blocks, then putting a little bit of the stripped in there would have made a massive difference, right? So these are all things that I learned over time. It's not something that I was like this thing. This was the next build that I made, and I never even finished it. I never finished it because I wasn't happy with it. I would have never been happy with it. The only way I would have been. Can we just please with the bloody weather? Thank you. And just do weather. Sorry, game rule. Game rule. Do weather. Bulbs. Okay. I would have never finished this, right? Because I was just not happy with it. It was too small. The scale wasn't right, even for a little corner store. This is just boring. Like I could, if I expand this in maybe underneath all of this, sure, then it could work. But no, this was not a nice build. This was a boring build. And again, I think one of the main reasons why I hated it was because it doesn't have any texture, right? Doesn't have texture, doesn't have a lot of depth. So that was something that I built. Then what else did I built? This, which also not that great. Not gonna lie, not that great. It's moving up. It's getting somewhere, but not that great. Wasn't too happy with it. Then I think the next thing was actually the next thing that I built was the Colosseum, if I'm not mistaken. And this was when I learned how to research and design something properly, right? And this was when it clicked in my head. And like I was saying before, I was going out and making the effort to learn more about building and actively trying to get better. And that sounds like a lot of effort, but it wasn't. Once you figure out something, even if you're learning little bits at a time, once it clicks, it sticks with you. It's the same thing over and over. Learning how to just research a building, looking at a few pictures, getting an idea in your head, then going and seeing if you can. With this one, what I did was I went and looked if I could find any pre-existing Colosseum builds on Planet Minecraft, and I took one of them and I adapted it. And I followed certain patterns. I know that these gateways were just pasted in from that one. I actually like Maticed it out and copied and pasted it. But the walls and everything, they were copied. But the Colosseum that I downloaded was a cool circle. It was a round Colosseum. I wanted an oval one, so I had to do all of this myself. And in that process, I learned so much about how to actually do this sort of thing. And once it clicks with you, it's not something you have to learn again. It's something that just sticks with you, right? Aces was something I also built before I started making content. Interior-wise, it's getting better, but it's still not, fantastic. But happy about the fact that I understand how this circuit works with the stat poker. And then Uno, that was Rex's thing, and I didn't really have enough time to make a proper build around it, so I'm kind of disappointed at this. But I still like the sign. I don't know why, but I like the sign. Then after that was the museum. That was my first real attempt at classical or neoclassical architecture, right? So I said it before when I was making the library on the previous world. I was trying. But this was the first time And admittedly, this is also not my best work, but it was a hell of a step up from what I had done previously in terms of classical architecture. Obviously, I never finished the relief that was supposed to go into this triangle bit here. But I left that there because I actually wanted to do an armor stand diorama of all the Atlanteans and everything, but never got around to it. I got too busy with it. But I was learning about like all the separate layerings of how these sorts of how these pillars, and I forget the terminology, but I can still remember the and I still have all the notes and things that I made on them. And I got a lot of those resources from actually a really cool guy on Builders Hub, which is the R Minecraft Builds Discord, called Comrade Rick. He sent me all of these like diagrams of what all the individual parts of the pillars are called, and the like how all of this is layered, and how it's supposed to be, what is supposed to be sticking out and what isn't, all of that sort of stuff. And I learned a lot while I was doing this, right? But it's things that once you learn it and once you have all that resources for the next build, it becomes a lot easier. Like here, right? This one, I didn't just do neoclassical. I went and did neoclassical and mixed it into Victorian cyberpunk, solarpunk, something. It like I was going completely abstract at this point, right? And this was after a few builds in Valheim City that I started doing this whole government square thing. But this was when building started getting really fun, when I was starting to do a lot more creative design, and I started doing live streams because I was having fun getting suggestions from people. And this was when things really started kicking off for my build style. The inside, I kind of left plain for a reason, because we were gonna do things with it as we went along. But as you can see, my interior decorating in here is modern, plain, but still pretty detailed, like doing the bathrooms and things. These all came out pretty nicely. But yeah, that was a really cool build for me. I was very happy with that. In the meantime, I was learning how to do all these cars and stuff from Captain Jack, and like we still talk from time to time about cars and stuff. Then I did the police station and the courthouse. I was really, really happy with the courthouse. Again, at this point, neoclassical was starting to become very easy for me to understand. But it just took a few of them. Like, it took that one, where I didn't quite understand, but I was learning. Actually, the one before that you saw on the previous world was the first one. Then that one, started getting a grip on it. Then that one, where I was playing around with the whole idea and trying to make it my own. And then this one was me trying to do like a proper... I didn't want to do like a massive neoclassical courthouse, like an American courthouse, because that would have just been, you know, completely overscaled for what we were trying to do here. But I figured, you know, something like hey, this one's based off of a post office, actually. And I was trying to actually do something where I was trying to build from real world and try and do it as accurately as possible. This wasn't an interpretation. It wasn't me trying to learn a style. This was me trying to implement an actual style and see how well I could do that. And, you know, at this point, my interior decorating was on point already. I think I'm pretty good at my interior decorating at this point. It's something that obviously I still need to improve on a lot. But it's not one of my weaknesses. I have other weaknesses that I can focus on first, right? So for the time being, I learn as I go with interior, but it's not what I focus on when I'm trying to learn to be a better builder. there are plenty of other things that I need to learn moving forward. So yeah, that's kind of the full journey, right? At this point, I don't think there's much else that I could discuss. You know, you guys have seen all the builds that I've done on Atlantia. You know, like my first attempt at steampunk. At this point, my builder's brain understood what needed to happen. And even as my first attempt into steampunk, this was amazing. I still love this build. I genuinely love this build. I think I did a great job on this. Not patting myself on the back, not blowing my own horn. I genuinely like this build, right? And this was my first attempt at steampunk. But it's using techniques that I've already learned. So that's what I was saying. Like, in the journey of trying to become a better builder, you're not constantly pushing really hard. You can there's like a little barrier that you need to push past, and once things start clicking, then the next thing clicks easier, and the next thing clicks easier, and it's snowball effect that takes you from making those really bad builds that I did at the start of this tour to this, one of my proudest buildings up until this point, right? Before I joined Random Craft. I'm really happy about the things that I'm building on Random Craft right now. And if you want to see any of that and you haven't yet, go check out those episodes, because I'm still trying to grow that Random Craft audience. So I don't want to just go and show them right now. I want you guys to really go and watch those episodes and really appreciate that series for what it is, because I'm really proud of it and I'm really excited for where that's going in the future. But there you have it, right? From really janky Viking longhouse that was just terrible and boxy futuristic builds, to this on a first attempt, to everything that you've seen in Valheim City. Like, I don't need to go and show you guys all of that again, because I'm pretty sure everyone that was watching here today has seen most of those things in the past, right? But if you haven't, there's a whole Atlantia series for you to go and watch too. And there are plenty of shorts where you can just at least see the time lapses of what I've done, or you can go see a lot of the live streams where we were designing this, and the thought process that's behind it, and the discussion that we have about, should we use this for a floor? What should the texture of the walls be? It's all documented on my channel. But I thought today, at least, I would take the time to show you guys the journey, that I wasn't let's say the decent builder that I am now, right? I wasn't always that guy. I wasn't always that builder. A lot of people feel intimidated when they see some of these builds, and in a year's time, I'm going to think that they're bad too, right? Then I'm going to have moved on. And we should, like, for anyone who really enjoys Minecraft, and I'm pretty sure most of us really do enjoy it and want to get better at it, because it is a game that is fantastic for your creativity, and it's never ending, and it's so much fun, especially with friends. You want to keep playing this. I'll keep playing this until I can't anymore, whether I'm dead or Minecraft's dead, which I don't think is ever going to happen with Minecraft. At least not in our life. So I want to keep playing this, and I want to keep getting better at it, because the better I get at it, the more enjoyment I get out of it, right? A lot of people lose their motivation to build and improve in Minecraft because they struggle, because they feel they're not good, because they feel like they're not improving. But honestly, just putting in that little bit of effort to break through that barrier mentally of not just how to build, but how to learn how to build, that barrier, right? Once you break through that, it snowballs into you just becoming better. And over time, you're going to start doing builds like this. You're going to start making trees like that, and terraforming the way that Cal does, or like building things like that, or you know, if you want to get better at mini games, Bean and Thora have never done mini games before, or very rarely have done mini games, and they've come up with two of the best mini games that I've ever played. in Matchbox and Biome Shock and just look at those builds, right? These are builds that they, especially that one, is builds that they hadn't attempted before. They've also gotten better over time. And the mini games are fantastic, and it's something that they didn't do before, but they got better at it. And it's the same with everything else around here too, right? Just keep playing, but at least, you know, put in that extra 5% effort. It's not that I'm not saying like you have to spend more time on Minecraft. A lot of us are busy. It's understandable, right? But the time that you have to play Minecraft, just focus that a little bit more on it. I promise you, the frustration you work through, try and get better, is massively outweighed by the gratification of realizing that you are now getting better and making a build that you're actually happy with for once. Trust me, that massively outweighs any amount of effort that you're putting in, any kind of frustration that you have with trying to learn how to build better in Minecraft. And that is my TED Talk for today. So guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me, but I don't think there's much else that I can say on this matter today. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. And if you found any of this inspirational or helpful in any kind of way, leave a like before you go. If you're watching this in the future, leave a comment and tell me what it was that I said that actually got through to you, because I'm genuinely curious. I talk to a lot of people on the daily about Minecraft. It's something that I talk about a lot, and I'm genuinely curious to know if anything that I said actually got through, or made sense to you, or inspired you in any kind of way, because that's what I want to do. That's what me as a content creator wants to do. I want to inspire people. I want to broaden the horizons of the Minecraft community, make it a better place, right? I want people to become better builders. I want better mini games to be made. I want other content creators to do better and maybe do more story-based stuff if that's what they want to do, or just become better builders, or just have better audio. Whatever it is, I want to help people. That's why I'm here. That's why a content creator should be here. If you're not here to either help or entertain, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. That's why I want to do it. So yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day. See ya.